What's going on, YouTube nerds? You're watching the second best Chris on YouTube, the old ass retro gamer.
Hey everybody, Chris the old ass retro gamer here, and welcome to day 18 in the licensed video game challenge. So when it comes to a video game that is based off of a television show, you would automatically think I would go with this. Something from Star Trek. One of my favorite things of all time. But no, I didn't. So the game I chose to talk about for this topic was the killer app that made me realize I needed to buy an OG Xbox. It wasn't Halo, it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
We thought you were a myth.
Well, you were mistaken.
Don't judge me. At the time that this game came out, I had just started getting into watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. At this point, I do believe it had been on for a few years already. I was late to the party because I was not a fan of the film version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But my parents were always watching. My dad absolutely loved it. I ended up watching it every once in a while when we're eating dinner or something like that. And eventually I really came to enjoy the show. I'd become such a big fan of the show at the point that this game came out that when I learned that there was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game available exclusively on the Xbox, and that it was actually getting good reviews, I said, you know what? Time to ante up. Go and pick one of those bad boys up. And this was the game I bought alongside the console, the only game I picked up.
I just love it when you take charge, you man, you.
This game is a 3D beat-em-up where you play as Buffy, just kicking Nightcrawler's asses all over the place. You pick up different weapons, you can pick up stakes out of broken tables and chairs and whatnot. Non-stop kung fu, ass-kickery going on here.
Everyone's getting spanked but me.
And then you also have to end up staking the vampires as like the coup de grace when you're fighting them.
You know very well you eat this late. You're gonna get heartburn.
Lots of really cool environments to play through. A lot of them familiar from the show. For a first-generation Xbox game, the graphics are pretty fantastic. A lot of really cool effects. The music is great. Play control is tight. I like everything about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it right now. Features all the characters from the television show, including the actors who played them, except for Sarah Michelle Gellar. There's a Sarah Michelle Gellar impersonator playing Buffy in the game. But everyone else from the show voices their respective characters. I thought that just lent this air of authenticity to the game. And I do believe this takes place between seasons 2 and 3, or at least within one of the seasons. It's like an in-between episodes kind of thing. The last time I did play this was maybe like 2 years ago, and I found it just as easy to pick up and play as I did back in the day, and still just as fun. Being a Buffy fan, this really hits the spot, and when I went back and played this a couple years ago, it actually made me want to go back and rewatch the entire series, which is exactly what I did. Super fun, and reminded me why this license was pretty fantastic from the start, except for that movie. And there you have it, day 18 in the licensed video game challenge. Done. What are your thoughts on Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the Xbox and the sequel, Chaos Bleeds? I like both of them, but I actually find myself going back to the first game more, even though there are more playable characters in the second one. I don't know, I think the second game feels a little sloppy and rushed to me compared to the first one. That's just me. But what are your thoughts on this topic regardless? Maybe you would be interested in making a response video on this topic? Maybe a video on each of the topics I talk about over this 31-day challenge? Or one big all-encompassing video to cover all 31 topics? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you if you feel up to it. If not, just leave your choice in the comments below. I just want to hear from people in general, response video or not. This whole series is basically a big talking point, so let's get some conversations going. I'm here for it. So until tomorrow's new topic in the licensed video game challenge, I am Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off. When it comes to a video game that is licensed off of a fuck,